Human beings have a deep and persistent desire to believe that they are in control of their lives. From everyday choices to long-term plans, the feeling of control provides comfort, confidence, and a sense of meaning. Without it, life can appear unpredictable and frightening. Yet psychology shows that much of what people believe they control is not fully under their command. This tendency to overestimate one's influence over events is known as the illusion of control. It is a cognitive bias in which individuals believe they can shape outcomes that are actually determined by chance, complex systems, or forces beyond their reach. This illusion is not random. It develops from the way the human mind interprets action and outcome. When people make choices, participate actively, or feel familiar with a situation, they are more likely to believe they have influence over what happens next. Even when outcomes are random, involvement creates a sense of agency. This explains why people feel more confident when they roll dice themselves, choose lottery numbers, or press buttons on machines, despite having no real effect on the result. The mind links action with causation, even when none exists. The need for control is deeply psychological. Uncertainty triggers anxiety, and believing one has control helps reduce fear about the future. Control also gives life structure and meaning, allowing people to feel that their efforts matter. Without this belief, existence may feel chaotic or pointless. Self-esteem is also tied to control, as people prefer to believe success comes from skill rather than luck. From an evolutionary perspective, overestimating control may have encouraged early humans to act, explore, and persist, increasing their chances of survival. In this sense, the illusion of control is not merely a weakness, but an adaptive feature of the human mind. In everyday life, this illusion appears in subtle but powerful ways. Many people believe they can fully control their health through discipline, diet, exercise, or mindset. While these factors are important, genetics, environment, and chance also play significant roles. When illness occurs, individuals may blame themselves, believing they failed to manage their health properly. This self-blame can be emotionally damaging and ignores the limits of personal control.
Driving behavior offers another example. Most drivers believe they are safer and more skilled than average, which leads them to underestimate risk. This illusion contributes to speeding, distracted driving, and overconfidence behind the wheel. Superstitions also reveal the illusion of control. People carry lucky objects, repeat rituals, or avoid certain behaviors to feel they can influence outcomes such as exam results, sports performance, or personal safety. While these actions provide emotional comfort, they do not change objective probabilities. Decision-making is heavily influenced by perceived control. Overconfidence leads people to believe they can predict outcomes more accurately than they actually can. This results in risky choices in business, investing, and personal life. When outcomes are positive, success is often attributed to skill or intelligence. When outcomes are negative, blame is shifted to external circumstances. This pattern reinforces the illusion of control and prevents honest reflection. The planning fallacy is another result, as people underestimate time, cost, and difficulty, assuming they will manage future challenges better than reality allows. Gambling demonstrates the illusion of control in its most extreme form. Gamblers often believe they can influence outcomes through strategies, timing, or rituals, even though the results are random. Dice are thrown harder or softer based on desired numbers, and players believe patterns exist in slot machines or card games. Gambling environments are designed to strengthen this illusion by allowing players to make choices and interact with machines. This false sense of influence fuels addiction, financial loss, and emotional distress. The illusion of control also shapes relationships. People often believe they can manage others' emotions, behavior, or decisions. In romantic relationships, individuals may assume that love and loyalty can be guaranteed through effort alone. When relationships fail, intense guilt or resentment can follow. In parenting, some believe they can fully control a child's future through perfect guidance or strict discipline, overlooking the child's individuality and external influences. Socially, many try to control how others perceive them, leading to people-pleasing, anxiety, and loss of authenticity. In work and achievement, the illusion of control plays a major role. Hard work is important, but success is also influenced by timing, opportunity, social connections, and luck. Many successful individuals emphasize personal effort while downplaying these external factors. Leaders may believe they can control markets or economic forces, leading to poor decisions and overconfidence. When outcomes fail to match expectations, this belief can result in burnout, frustration, and self-blame. Religion interacts with the illusion of control in complex ways. Some belief systems emphasize surrender and acceptance, reducing the illusion by placing outcomes beyond human authority. Others reinforce control through rituals or practices believed to influence results. For many people, faith provides comfort by balancing personal effort with acceptance of uncertainty.
Modern technology has intensified the illusion of control. Social media platforms create the belief that attention, popularity, and influence can be carefully managed through posting strategies and timing. Algorithms are often treated as systems that can be mastered, even though they are unpredictable and constantly changing. Productivity culture reinforces the idea that life can be perfectly optimized with the right tools, schedules, and habits. When control fails, individuals may feel inadequate rather than recognizing the limits of systems and circumstances. Despite its risks, the illusion of control has positive effects. It increases motivation, persistence, and resilience. People who believe they have influence are more likely to take action, set goals, and cope with stress. A sense of control can protect mental health by reducing helplessness and despair. In moderate amounts, it supports confidence and forward movement. However, excessive belief in control has serious consequences. It distorts risk perception, leads to victim blaming, and creates unrealistic expectations. People may feel responsible for outcomes they could not have prevented. Anxiety, perfectionism, addiction, and emotional exhaustion often arise from the pressure to control everything. When uncertainty or failure occurs, individuals may struggle to accept reality. Cultural background influences how control is perceived. Individual-focused cultures emphasize personal responsibility and control, while collectivist cultures are more likely to acknowledge fate, social influence, and shared responsibility. These differences shape how people respond to success, failure, and stress. Freedom from the illusion of control does not mean giving up responsibility. It means recognizing the difference between what can be influenced and what cannot. Effort, intention, and ethics are within human control, but outcomes are not always. Accepting uncertainty allows for humility, learning, and emotional balance. Awareness of limits does not weaken a person, it strengthens resilience and wisdom. Ultimately, the illusion of control is a fundamental part of being human. It shapes how people think, decide, and cope with uncertainty. While it can motivate and protect, it can also deceive and harm. True psychological maturity comes from balancing action with acceptance, effort with humility, and hope with realism. Life cannot be fully controlled, and understanding this truth can bring not fear, but freedom.